Alola everyone and welcome to today's duel video. A somewhat special duel video because this is a tournament match. As I have said in previous duel videos and also in a video that I uploaded either 1 or 2 days ago, I have a Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournament server where I have special tournaments where the card pool is very limited. 1 to 3 main sets, a starter deck, a subset, that's it. And I'm not going to go over the details now, but I do want to show you, before I show you my round 1 match, because that's what this replay is, I want to show you my deck just quickly. I'm not going to go into the details after why I made certain choices, what choices I like and don't like in hindsight, but I will say that I decided to go with the Chaos idea. Quite a lot of light monsters, 3 of each of the Hunders, dark monsters in Dark Blade, Mad Dark, and Darkness. I decided to go with Heart of the Underdog and add Sparkman. Sparkman also is another warrior that, alongside Dark Blade and Freed, can go into Excalibur, which gives me a 2 material Xyz option, which I otherwise wouldn't have had because Thunder Spark is the other one that I can go. Bunch of destruction with Smashing, with Sakuretsu, 2 Compulses to get rid of monsters. Some extra stuff on the side that I could do some fancy things with. I thought of 3 Grand Maju in case the banishing happening a lot. That's one of the ones I regret even putting in, but I'll go into the details of my choices, why I made them, and things like that after the final match in the tournament, at the very end, as sort of a retrospective thing, how the entire tournament went, and anything related to that. For now, my first opponent is Void Mexery. I win rock, paper, scissors, and I decide to go first. Start with Heart of the Underdog, start with Hunder. Not necessarily great, but I have 9 normal monsters in the main deck. 9 out of 35 left. Decent chance to draw them and get some extra stuff. Actually, I'm gonna just show my hand to not show what the opponent has. As you could see, they play Girgia Dolce. But I'm gonna show these replays as you would normally see them in duel videos. Play Heart of the Underdog. I have Freed up here for more attack than Pahunder, and also that allows me to use Pahunder later on would I draw into either Sis or Mahunder. Tornado, my body has a shield face down to destroy a spell or champ more when they want to destroy me. They just have a set card. I summon Pahunder and attack with Freed. Unfortunately, it's a Girgi armor. And that is something that multiple people did find. Girgi armor, and there's the Girgia engine in general. There's not that many. There's Girgi armor, Girgi accelerator, Girgi arsenal, and then one player also just with Girgi MK2. That together with Gigigant X is a very nice engine. It's not that big of an engine. It's not that much bigger than my normal monster engine, but it's there and it's very effective and it makes for a very consistent game plan. I use Foolish Burial to send Dark Blade to the graveyard. 1 to send a Dark there, because I have less Darks. Helps set up for BLS. I have already 2 lights on the field. Once one of them hits the grave, I can summon BLS. And also that way I it's just slightly, but it's still there, slightly lower the amount of cards in my deck, increasing the chance that I draw into what I want, which really is Blackluster Soldier, because that is easily the strongest card, the strongest play. Strongest play to make for me. BLS is my boss. BLS is the strongest card. Now, it does mean a slightly lower chance of drawing a normal monster, therefore activating Heart of the Underdog, but I decided to take that risk. They add a Gig Accelerator to their hand. They already had one, so it's 2 special summons. They overlay the 2 of them into Gigigant X and search for another Gigi Accelerator. They set a monster, special summon Gigi Accelerator because they can just do that. Gigigant X takes down Freed before I can dump more lights monsters in my grave and use Freed's effect to take Gigigant X out. Gigi Armor can't flip itself face down because it's already used its effect once in this duel. And even though it says once per turn, normally such effects reset when they go face down. For monsters that flip themselves face down, such as Gigi Armor, Golem Sentry, and many other monsters like that, it doesn't reset. I draw into another Heart of the Underdog, which isn't great, but I guess I'll play it just in case stuff happens later on. Where I draw into normal ones that I can draw 2 per turn, which is pretty nice. And then if that second card is a normal monster, so I can keep doing it. I get rid of Gigi Armor. I'll take some extra damage next turn by getting rid of Gigi Armor. 1, because of its defenses, but especially because of the fact that it can search for Gigias. I definitely wanted to get rid of that. My opponent has Chronomaly Golden Jet as an extra machine monster in their deck that they can search for Giga attacks. I don't think they play any more Chronomaly cards besides maybe the extra deck. But main deck, I think that's the only one as an extra target for Gigant X. Excel to attack mode, Giga Armor for flip summon. They realize, ooh, I think it was a Radiant Mirror Force that was an option, which is pretty much Mirror Force, but then you need the opponent needs to attack into it with 3 attack position monsters. So it's a harder requirement. Mirror Force for same effect. Likely when Mirror Force was limited, that's when it was released. Now it's at 3. But they realize, ooh, that might be a thing that he has face down. So he immediately decides, okay, Giga Armor face down, because he can't take back his move, but he can use the effect. Accelerator comes in, takes up 100, deals me 100 damage. And then Gigant X for another 23. So far, they haven't exactly played any set cards that can take up a Dust Tornado. And they haven't tried to destroy me with a card effect either, so my body as a shield isn't exactly useful. So please, normal monster. Mirage Dragon. That is a little gem. I remember doing deck building and I found Mirage Dragon. I thought, 1600 attack, pretty decent. But with things like Sakuretsu Armor being a thing, Magic Cylinder, some other traps that could be used in battle phase that you might want to use in battle phase, a compulse if someone doesn't realize what Mirage Dragon really does. I thought Mirage Dragon was a little gem. Have something good already on the field, Mirage Dragon alongside it, and you can do quite a few things. Not much I can do, but at least I can take out, a Gigi Accelerator. Deal a bit of damage, get rid of one of them. However, they do get their Gigi Armor back, and they already have one on the field, so there's still a lot that they can do. Their turn now. And they actually tribute Gigant X, which is very surprising for me. They have Monster in the graveyard, so Puttingsys doesn't gain its extra power. So why would they do this? Well, they're about to show me. Giga is flip summoned, Golden Jet is flip summoned, and because they're both machines, they can summon a new Gigant X, which can now search again, because the other one couldn't, because he didn't have materials, and this one can. So that's a very nice move by my opponent. And Puttingsys is still a pretty nice card to have, as you'll notice pretty soon. Let's see, what did I think of this? Did they ditch Golden Jet? I said K to it, and it was only around here, the 54 mark. Like 56 they special summon it, but 54 they went back to the graveyard. That's 10 seconds out for the detach. So if I'm not sure what I said about this, we'll find out in a second. But if this would have been me as a Dueling Network admin, I won't say Dueling Book because I'm not one there, but I always said 10 seconds is the limit for me, and then you can't take a move back. This was 10 seconds probably to notice, 12 seconds to the take back. I would have said if I was just the judge here and not the player, then the player in my space would have said no, they can't take their move back. I would have said they indeed can't take their move back, but I'll see what I allow. I think I do allow it. Yeah, they get the Gigi Armor. Doesn't really matter probably. Oh yes, it does matter. Here I have a vague memory. Not sure if this is the case or not. Where I was thinking of saying it, not strategically thinking should I, shouldn't I, but I was thinking of what would I do in this situation, and of course they'd be a bit angry with me if I really rule shark them on that. If you really want to call that rule sharking, I feel it's being really strict. I'll admit that. Whether that's rule sharking, I suppose that's up for debate. But as I was thinking about that, I didn't say stop, wait, or thinking. So they are allowed to continue their move. And if I didn't agree with it, I should have said something immediately. And the moment they summoned Grand Soil, I was like, yeah, I didn't want them to do that. But that's knowing they had Grand Soil. And then I can't say, oh yeah, no, you can't do that. Then I'm too late. I should have said it immediately, then Golden Jet would have been there. Golden Jet was light, Gigi Armor was dark. I personally, in hindsight now, believe that they ditched Golden Jet just to detach something to search. But then as they looked at their options, which included summoning Grand Soil, they looked at their graveyard, counted the monsters, and realized, oh wait, we can't do this, then took it back. which meant it wasn't a misclick. They also said wrong ditch instead of misclick, so that more suggests there wasn't a misclick. And if it was a conscious decision, then I'm also less likely to allow people to take it back normally. Too much talking. Let's continue. They have Grand Soil. Not much I can do now. I have to allow it. I do say something about it. But considering they already summoned Grand Soil, I don't feel I can really do something. But I do remind them of that. The fact that it wasn't really okay. Thing is, they don't attack. I don't know why. Maybe they're still afraid of that Radiant Mirror Force at this point. Because they only skip a battle phase when Grand Soil is still, and Grand Soil's left the field, which it hasn't. And here I draw into Heart of the Underdog. I guess I play it, just to get more draws later on, if I get a normal monster, but this isn't a nice setup. I guess I take up Putting Switch for 600 damage. This is where I realized that might have been a mistake, although, do I really stand a chance with these sets anyway? Because after damage calculation, Putting Switch has an effect. After damage calculation, when this card battles an opponent's monster, you can chuck in a card the opponent controls and destroy it. Putting Switch is able to, after damage calculation, when it battles an opponent's monster, take out one of my sets, Dust Tornado, and yeah, if it shovels itself back in, it should go via the graveyard. Now, I know in the damage step I can't suddenly chain Soul Drain to it, because I can't activate that during the battle phase, and I don't think there's anything else in the card pool anyway that could chain to it. But I do like consistency, and it can especially just in case I forget something or it becomes important later on. I do like to play consistently how things are intended, which is goes to the graveyard, then activates, goes to the deck. So I did remind them of that. They have a Mewfoy, they have Chevalier. I don't have anything I can do with just my body as a shield. I needed a Radiant Mirror Force here. I don't even have it in the deck. So that is game over. And Maxui takes game 1. We do some siding. Remember to take a siding screenshot. And we continue on game 2. Where I guess I have a better opening hand with Compulse and Sakuretsu. CS Hunder on its own can't really do much. I think I set it. No, I don't even set it. Because I'm still thinking of let's wait for Mahunder or Pahunder. But in hindsight, knowing what happened in the rest of my match, because earlier today I actually played the 5th and final round in this tournament. I should have set CS Hunder because it's not that consistent of a strategy just with those 3. Without Thunder Seahorse, it's not that great of a strategy. I should have set it, kept Mad Dog for later. Now they have Mewfoy, Special Summon Putting Switch, and Chateau ups their attack power. Attack with Putting Switch, which is now a 2300 attack due to Chateau and Putting Switch's own effect. Get rid of it with Sakuretsu. Effect activates the shuffle back into the deck, but it goes to the hand thanks to Chateau. That's the end of their turn. I'm able to Dust Tornado. I decided to take out their set, which is Compulse. Maybe I should have taken out Chateau, knowing they have Putting Switch, but hey, I go with it. And I'm not sure if I realize it here, but I definitely want to take out the Mewfoy just for the damage, because otherwise I'm never going to get to anything. However, with Mewfoy back in their hand via its own and Chateau's effect, it can just summon. They can just summon Mewfoy and then summon Putting Switch again, and I'm in the same amount of trouble as before. I just have Compulse now. They draw. I think they play the exact same move. Mewfoy note 1000 attack thanks to Chateau. Putting Switch is out once again. They say it's abuse, and it could very well be. If Putting Switch attacks and takes out one of them, we remember it from its effect from last game. It can take out the other one. I'm getting rid of Putting Switch once more, which means I get to attack some more. Let's do some calculation. 19, 18, 37 with 600 is 4600 damage. If they would have had 700 life points less, I would have used Smashing Ground and then attack the game. I do decide to summon it because I feel that every bit of damage is important at this point. So Dark Blade takes up Mewfoy, which is back to the hand via its own and Chateau's effect. Without me declaring an attack, they already take damage. I don't really like that, but I do declare the attack just for clarity. Because I've had moments in the past where someone takes the battle damage before I even declare the attack, and then I think, oh, so I don't have to declare the attack, they've already taken the damage, I go to main phase 2, and then players take back the life points because I didn't attack. But then to those I say, then why did you take the damage in the first place? Anyway, opponent plays Mute for putting Sis again, third time in a row. Sis Hunder goes down, 100 damage. There comes putting Sis. Takes a Dark Blade for 500 damage, and with its effect, Mad Dog goes out as well, and I don't have much left. My Hunder comes out now. I decide to not play anything because I realize otherwise I'm going to smash and ground putting Sis, attack Mewfoy, and then they're going to do the exact same thing again. And I don't want that. Mewfoy attacks, 1000 damage. Then I was putting Sis for 23, and then Golden Jet for 13. I do survive. Putting Sis is the one at the highest defense due to the 2 boosts from itself and Chateau is at 23. So I do need to use Smash and Ground here. Remind them that Putting Sis for 2 different reasons is the highest defense monster, because it's not original. Goes back to the hand. I play Sparkman. I assume I take out Golden Jet here to not allow them to special summon. Yes, I do. That's Golden Jet for a bit more damage, but they're not at low enough life points, which is unfortunate. No game win for me. They summon Geargy Armor to set that thing up. They special summon Geargy Accelerator. XC summon Gear Gigant X. They get their search into Geargy Armor, setting things up for later. Because even if I get past them, they have a setup for later. They have Putting Sis in their hand, which they can combine with Mewfoy. They're probably just waiting with Putting Sis until Mewfoy goes back to their hand. They also have Armor just to set in defense position for later. I really need an amazing draw. Could I use? Yeah, BLS could be awesome because they do have a set card. Turns out to have been T-Break, but it would have been nice. It would have been the play to make. Here I can't really do much. I decide to set a monster because there's not much I can do. I decide to set in case... I don't know. I don't remember why. There's much I can do. I realize at this point I've likely lost, but I do like to play out the game because it's just something I like to do. It's better for the duel video, I feel. And I knew I would be recording this later on. And also, by continuing the game, my opponent might just give me a little bit more information of what their deck has, which might give me a little more advantage later. Although, now that I say that, this is game 2, so if they win, then no. But in this case, they might be afraid of, I don't know, Geargy Armor. They think that with their mons, they can't really get past me. I know this is Putting Sis due to the fact that Geargy X was tributed for it, so I'm not sure why they didn't just attack into my monster, but hey, that happens. I decided to summon Sparkman. Attack the monster. Oh no, I say that now that I knew it was Putting Sis. Did I realize it back then? I'm not sure. Putting Sis, because there's monsters in the grave, only has 1500 defense, so it's taken out, but Sparkman is taken out now as well. That is have Putting Sis back. They do set a monster very likely to be Geargy Armor. Hey look, it freed the Brave Wanderer. That's a nice card, but only when they have strong face-up cards. So I just set another monster. Hope they don't do anything. They probably will, but if they don't do anything, then maybe Thunderspark Dragon? But at this point, they have another Madolta T-Break and their compulsory evacuation device. Unlikely to happen. They get their Giga Accelerator. You can see the consistency. Armor for defense, search for an accelerator means they could go for something instant. They hadn't normal summoned yet. They just decided to tribute summon Putting Sis, play Thunderspark Dragon because they can? Or something? Or just to get more attack. Putting Sis attacks into me. In case I have a high defense, then its effect could still take me out. And here comes Thunderspark. They decide to let me live. Benezo! I don't have a great draw. And they say, I know that it isn't nice to play with my food, because they know they pretty much have me on the ropes. I do decide to play free to play Brave Wanderer. The opponent gives me a chance. I'll take it, even though I don't expect much to happen. I'm able to take a Thunderspark, however, I'm not able to do much more. Maybe I can bluff a bit with this Dust Tornado. I attack with Putting Sis. Oh yeah, Putting Sis takes up my card. That's right. It goes back to the hand. And they have a normal summon in Chronomaly Golden Jet. Kept forgetting about that Putting Sis effect, which is unfortunate. They attack directly with Chronomaly Golden Jet for game. And that was my first match. I lost it. This tournament had only 6 participants. Originally there were, I think, 8 total sign-ups. 1 person didn't show up and 1 person just before the tournament started, well, unregistered, I think that's the word. Anyway, 6 participants, not that many. We have a lot more people in our Discord server. I expect the next tournament to be a lot bigger, also through things that people have said. With I'm interested, too bad I couldn't join this one. If you want to join our Discord server and our tournaments, naturally next tournament there will be a completely different card pool. But if you want to join tournaments like this, please use the link in the video description. You can join our Discord server there, and there you'll be notified when the new tournaments will start and what the rules are, and you can join in on that. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.